This is an 03 Ford Focus. It's got the 2.0 in it. This is the resistor I'm going to be taking out because it burned out there. So it's got 4 plugs here, 4 clips. You're going to take those off. Just slides right out. And then we're going to take this silver clip off here. It's holding that pigtail on. So you can just take a flathead screwdriver and get it in there. That clip will come off, and then that pigtail just slides right off. You can see here that port right there is burned out and how it matches up right there. You see that side's burned up. So we're going to take a new good one. And we're going to pop that out. If we can get it here. Okay. And so you can see that it's good here. It's not burned up. Either of these ports here, and you're good there. So we're going to put that back in. I just cut it off, cut the wires off. I've got about 1.5 to 2 inches on there. I just got it for 30 bucks with the pigtail and the resistor at a local junkyard. So I'm just going to cut this electrical tape here on the conduit and expose some of the wiring so I can clip it. So I'm going to clip it right about here or so, just to give me enough room in case I screw up the initial crimping. So I'll clip it here. And then clip it here, that second wire. My wire cutters are kind of junky here. Alright. Now we're just gonna strip these wires down here. So I've got them on the 12 gauge. Just spin it like so. And I'll move it up to the 10 gauge, and it pulls right off. Do the same with the other side. Okay, so I'm also going to disconnect the battery terminals, just because I'm not a fantastic mechanic and know everything about the electronics of this car, and I don't know if those suckers are hot, but I'm going to be splicing on them, and I have no intention of finding out whether or not they're hot. So you can just loosen these right here. That's the nuts you got to loosen, and it kind of lets that bracket down, but you don't have to watch all this. Okay, so I've got these, you can't see, but it's 12 to 10 gauge butt splices. I just got those at Home Depot. But anyway, I didn't have the right size, had to run down there. As you may have seen, I, like an idiot, when I was cutting the old one off, left a bunch of wire on the old one and not much slack to splice it in. So I had to re-splice that one, and now I'm going to splice the new one in here. Now you can see you got to keep the lines, make sure that you get the 2 lines connected to the right ones. This one has a blue stripe down the middle. This one has a white one. So I'm going to go ahead and splice the blue one in. So you just take this butt splice, run it up in there, take your pliers, and get it off. There you go. Get there right in the middle. and just mash that sucker. Alright. And then you get the other end. Make sure again that it's the right color, blue with blue. You may have to pinch it down a little bit to make sure it goes down into that. Pinch it here. Alright. And then you're just going to do that with the other side. And then tape them up. Okay. We're all spliced in now. Got the new pigtail on that new resistor. We're just going to put it back in here. But make sure you just have this little knot, not a notch, whatever you call it, this little plastic piece that goes on the bottom. There's a notch that lines up with it down there, you can see. So just want to put it back in like so. Voila. Now I'm actually talking to you $200 something later, because turns out that not only was my resistor bad, but this relay right here was melted. And you can see this is the old one. It was melted through right there. I didn't realize it until, of course, I got the resistor back in, and it still wasn't working. It was having the same problem. So I went and pulled the relay and found that, yeah, it looked like that. So I bought a new one. It was like 14 bucks. And it was working for a few days, and then it would completely die. So I had to replace that little rascal, which was a cool like 180 plus tax or something. So that is the alternator, by the way. So I don't know if alternators are a big problem typically on Focuses, but Juliet's, my wife's, has gone out 3 times now in about 6 years. So I do know that resistor is a pretty common problem. So anyway, that's the new resistor. You may definitely want to check your relay in your fuse box there, and if that's not working, check that mean little sucker, which is not the easiest thing in the world to pull and replace, by the way. So hope this has been helpful, and just fix your AC problems.